Okay, I think we are there. Hi. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Echo Art with Carmella-T. I was just live over on TikTok. You know, these platforms, it's like I was just joking over there. It's like getting on the bus, driving across town, going to another store. I could have downloaded the video over there, but I want to talk specifically with the YouTube community. I feel like because I'm more live on the YouTube community, that it's easier for me to talk fluidly, let's say, because you know pretty much what I'm talking about. Like I can say the last video and you get what I'm saying. And on TikTok, I'm just starting to kind of go live, and for a very short time. You can only go live about an hour over there. But here, if we go over a little bit over an hour, that's okay. But I don't, probably today, I don't think we will, but I wanted to share a few things with you. And so one um, is my son. He's making Halloween. Here, I'm gonna don't know if I could take it off, but he's making Halloween earrings, so like pumpkins, ghosts, this and that, and to sell. He's making lots and lots of these. So you'll see me, I have ghosts and pumpkins. And so yeah, so I want to share this with you. I've completed it. I'm gonna put the camera down. This came out gorgeous. I mean, you tell me what you think, but here, check it out. So look at this. Is that just gorgeous? I'm just going to turn it. And I've got pins on the back. I'll show you the backing in a minute. And a pin just hooked me there. Okay. But so this is the quilt. Now, a couple things I want to share with you. First, is anyone out there working on their yo-yo quilts for the holidays? Um, and do you have any questions? Because I'm going to share a couple tips with you. So let me show you the backing. The backing simply at this point is just pinned. It's pinned. It's got to be ironed, but it's lovely. That's the design. So I did the same thing with the backing. I'm doing the same thing. I don't know if this is the top or the bottom. I think the top is here. But basically, I just folded, you know, folded the yeah, it is this I fold you can see here because I haven't sewn it yet. It's folded, you see right there. So when I sew here, when I sew up this way, I'm going to stop right here. See where the pin is? I'm stopping where the pin is for my stitches, and I'll come in just a couple. You do not have to sew straight across. That's so the dowel can go through. If you want this to be a wall piece, so it can be a wall piece. This can be a table centerpiece. It could. This could be a chair lap blanket. That's kind of what I was thinking. Kind of, it's just perfect to put on your lap and like you can look at it and this and that, especially if you have someone who doesn't feel well. This is a lovely, lovely type of thing to have, just so that you're looking at it all day long. Now, a couple other things. As I was doing this, so look at the eyelash, I call them eyelashes at this point. They look like eyelashes, but the tie knots. So I have them a little bit longer than usual. So you see, and I was leaving them a little long like that because I wanted to see what the aesthetic of it looked like. Now I'm going back through this and I'm going to clip them just a tad, just a tad. I want them to be a little long, but not too long. But you can leave them that long. So anyway, that's what that looks like. And so now I'm going to, well, I guess I can just put those. I want to share with you the next quilt that I'm working on. And as some of you had noted, that because I noticed like things were moving a little quicker in making these, someone said, yeah, when you get into the creative process, this is what happens. And it really does. You know, it's like the energy flows totally different. It's so odd. It really is. It flows, it's not choppy or interrupted, but it just flows. So you go a little quicker. So, I really don't know where to put this. I guess I don't have any place to put it, so I'm gonna leave it right there for the moment. So these are the yo-yos, and I want to show you. I'm gonna kind of almost do a replica of what I just did over on TikTok. So if you were over on TikTok and you're coming over here, I might say a few little things a little differently, but I want to cover the gist of what I was covering on this project to share with you. And so, look, these are the fabrics, all thrift shop fabrics. This one I just feel so blessed with. I just love that. That's a beautiful, beautiful design, a beautiful piece of fabric. This one is kind of mundane, but as I'm doing yo-yos, I'm figuring out it's taking the very plain type of fabrics, and when you turn it into a yo-yo, it pops. It pops, and I'm going to show you in a minute. So this is another, this one you saw, that was gifted to me from one of my friends, and this one is a thrift shop sheet, and this is another sheet. So now, so this next yo-yo. So I'm going to show you all of these that I made. I made all of these last night. I made a few this morning. And then I said, well, I'm just going to do my YouTube videos. I'm going to communicate with everyone because if I don't, I may not get to it at all by the time I start working on this next and last one, at least before the show. I am going to make these ongoing. And as I was saying, the one of the main reasons I'm doing that is I am finding the efficiency of using these for scrap fabrics is phenomenal. It's astounding. It's using up all my scrap. It's like, I just can't believe it. So I'm throwing all the little pieces in the top drawer over here to use for some crazy quilts, which we will do after I get back from, the art and craft. So now with that said, look, this is a beautiful, look how beautiful this is. Look at this one. Now, when you look at these, I just want to point this out. You look at some of these fabrics, the designs automatically, you're like, that's going to make a beautiful yo-yo quilt. That's going to look beautiful as Boro Sashiko, whatever you're doing. But then you get to, so these are pretty clear. These are gorgeous. But you get to this one. This is not that gorgeous. I'm just going to say. So let me put these to the side. However, look at the yo-yo quilt. I mean, the yo-yo. You could tell I'm starting to get tired. Look at the yo-yo it made. So you put these next to each other. I mean, we're going to have something that pops, let me tell you. It's going to pop. So we've got these. I've got like 15 of these right now. So that one came out lovely. And look with this is kind of the same. You get the kind of the same vibe going with these two. And but this one by itself doesn't do anything. You put it next to something else and it pops. It's okay. So anyway, I have 5 more to make of these, and then I'll have 20, which I believe is what I want. Now, if I end up with 24, that's okay. Whoops. There's these 2. This one, these 2 really, really complement each other, right? So you don't think these 2 will fit, but by the time we're done designing, those will have a place in the design. So we have 15 of those. So I'm working on that quilt today and I will finish it because I only have, right? 5 more to go. Maybe 10 at the most if I make it bigger. So that's next. Now I'm going to show you. I don't know if I get to this. I'm going to try to get to this. I don't know. But I really, really want to revamp this before the art and craft. Okay. Some of you can look at this and figure out immediately what's wrong with it. What's wrong with this? You say right off the bat. Now, yes, the space, I'm going to give you one answer. The spacing is bothering me. But what else? What else do you see? When you look at that quilt, look at this quilt, look at this quilt, and then look at this quilt. This doesn't do too much for you, right? So, what I want to do with this is I'm hoping I want to cut it in half. I want to cut it in half and get 2 quilts out of this. So this is about 40 by 40. It's about 40 by 40, this one. Maybe 35 by some, whatever. When I cut it in half, I'm going to get near or around 20 by 24. I'm sorry, 30 by 24. I'll get around that. And but if I take, I'm trying to see here. If I take any, oh, let me just try this one for the heck of it. I have this one up here. If I take any other, probably not the black because I'm trying to make it pop. But if I take, I'm trying to make it brighter so it look at that difference right there. I want it, I'm not taking these, but I'm just filling that in right there. So that's what I'm thinking. I don't know. Before I go too far on it or waste a whole lot of time, I don't want to say waste time because we don't waste time. But if I can get 2 more quilts out of this and revamp it, I will do that. Um, I'm not sure if I'll get to that before the show, but that is definitely on my agenda. But this one is going to the show. It's privileged and chosen. And the next one I'll share with you tomorrow when this one is put together. So now something I also wanted to share with you is when you do your yo-yo quilts, I just want to say that the tie knotting is a Carmella thing. It's the typical way that these are put together are just like a stitch. Here, to show you, is just like what you would call like a running stitch. They just stitch it, sew it, go on, sew it, sew it, sew it. Now, some people go inside the yo-yo and connect them that way. Um, the typical way of connecting your yo-yos is you're going to have them next to each other like this, overlap them a little bit, and then take them back to back like this and sew. Now, the tip I would give you here is make sure that you're keeping your little stitch in line with your circle, like that. So, I mean, yeah, you're like, well, Carmella, it could be anywhere on the circle. It could. But if you want, you're kind of looking for it to be some continuity. That's how I would suggest you do. But, anyway, I wanted to give you that tip. Now, if you wanna do the tie knots like I'm doing them, I think they're super cutesy. This piece I did long, long ago. I did the little tie knots. It was kind of a little test. They're knotted. They're knots. They're staying in place. Everything is lovely. And I've shifted this around so much. I should have made tiny little ones like this, and I guess I can still make a few little table mats like that. But, so I just wanted to say that. The other thing I wanna say, when you put your backing on, consider it's not too tight. You wanna leave a little space in there so that when you're sewing all around it, it doesn't start to curl and pull on the bottom here. So, you wanna give it room in the back to breathe, so to speak. That's how I say it. And, what was the other thing? Oh, and one other thing, when you're doing your yo-yos, when you're doing your eye, let's say that's your eye and you're closing these off, make sure you not double knot it at the very least. If that double knot is really small, maybe do your triple third, but and make it down underneath, make it close to your gathers, and then make sure your tail is nice and long on the inside. So those are the only things I want to say to you really on those. If you have any questions, do you have any questions out there? I hope everyone's doing well. Are you staying warm? It's freezing here today. It's freezing. I have the door shut and I do have a fan on very low just to keep, air circulating, but I will tell you, it felt like 30, maybe 40 today. So I'm like, yeah, so this is where I'm at here. Now I just want to show you these. I did not get past the hats that I wanted. I have 3 hats over at the Guild. I wanted to make more like this. I'm just not gonna fit this one. I'm still have to stitch. So a few, not much, but I have to stitch and snip, stitch and snip. And but the good thing about this one is the lining. When I did my panels, I made the lining part of the panels already. Boom, the lining is done. This one, if this one doesn't sell, I'm keeping it. And because I love this. But it's already lined and so that's done. But so these two I'll bring along with me at the now this art and craft that I'm going to Saturday, it should be a good size. It should be. Now, with that said, so a couple things. It's going to be outside. So a lot of times when things are outside, I mean, I hate to say it, it's only my experience. If it rains, the amount of people they just won't come. They'll stay in the house, they won't come. Now, we'll be under tents, and that will help a little. Now, I'm in one in November, and that's inside. It's been, well established for a number of years. So that one, does phenomenal, actually. So, um, I'll have till November for, like, whatever doesn't sell at this one Saturday that, I'll just add it, like, to inventory for November. Now, I wanna share a thought with my YouTube beautiful artisans out there. First of all, I want to tell you that you are all amazing. You are the sweetest group, sweet as pie. There's something about the artist character that is very compassionate and very kind, and I appreciate all of you. Um, so I forgot what I was going to say because it popped into my mind to to share. Oh yes, this is what I wanted to share with you. So, consider this. Consider these things as an artist. If you're out there making and you have that drive in you, that a lot of artisans have. They just do. They just want to work on their art all day long. I mean, it does get in the way of a lot of things because artists love to work on their art. So, but now consider a flea market. I'm just saying, the only reason why I'm saying that is I was thinking last year, but this is different. Was it even last year or the year before? I don't even know. But I was giving up the reselling because nothing was selling. It was selling for like I would buy blouses and dresses at the thrift shop like this. This was a dress. It's a beautiful. No one's going to buy that dress. But I put it in my artwork and it pops and it's beautiful. However, um the flea market, I didn't do too bad with the reselling considering nobody knew me really. Like a lot of the tables that were there, the people were there every month now for like years, right? They know each other, their customers know them. So considering I didn't have a customer base, I did pretty good. I did all right. My son had given me some of his stuff, and of course, his stuff always goes. And he's just very talented in knowing the market, so his stuff goes. Um, so, but with that, there's a couple things to consider too as an artist. So, flea market, um, pop-ups. Pop-ups are coming more and more and more popular in the malls. Now, granted, we had a mall downtown in Burlington here. People are not going to Burlington. They don't want to worry about the parking. They don't want to there's the hustle and bustle they don't want to be a part of. They just don't go down there. And plus there has some crime that has gone up. So anyway, but the pop-ups are becoming popular like in and around the little mall areas. So that's something to consider. And I'm kind of keeping my eye on that. I want to see what's going on. And maybe I think a really good way to do things like that is to partner with someone like another artist. But I haven't gotten that far in my process. It took me a couple years just to get back into the art and craft. So kind of that's where I'm at. But anyway, I wanted to share this with you. If you have any questions on it, you are making yours and you're kind of trying different designs. And that's the other thing with these little yo-yos, you can make different pictures and stuff like that, different designs. So I kind of like to get into that a little bit too. But for the time being, um, I'm thinking this is a really good design. I just like the larger ones with the little ones just kind of making their own little showcase right smack in the center of it. So with that, I will see you in the next video. If you have any questions, please let me know. I hope that you have a beautiful day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Love and light.